guys, today I'm here with a ColourPop haul, and I haven't bought from ColourPop in a while. The Canadian dollar, as I complain about in every single video, is really bad, making ColourPop expensive, and then sometimes there's customs. But I placed an order a little while ago. Unfortunately, like a day later, they had their 20% off sale, so I missed out on that. But let's go ahead and get into my haul. If you're not familiar with ColourPop, they kind of exploded about 2 years ago via Instagram and YouTube. It is a really cool brand based out of LA, and they make really interesting products. So like their eyeshadows, cheek products, bronzers, highlighters are all this crazy consistency. If you've never felt it, it almost feels like a cream, but it's incredibly soft, but it's also a powder, and they kill the lip game. The lip products for me are definitely my favorite. If you're curious as to what's on my lips, this is something that I've been trying to get my hands on for a long time. Every time I placed an order, it was sold out, and then when I wasn't placing an order, it would always like be back in stock. It is their Ultra Matte Lip, and this is in the shade Dr. M. It's kind of a forest green, I guess, with a little bit of blue in it. A lot of people find the Ultra Matte lip line very drying. It is definitely dry for sure. It's a liquid lipstick. It dries down extremely matte. But I don't know, I like it, and they're really cheap, and they come in amazing shades. So like, I highly recommend the Ultra Matte lips if you can get your hands on it, especially if you live in the States. Shipping is free over like 30 bucks. And if you want to experiment, like I don't want to go spend like $25, $30 on a green lipstick that I know I'm only going to wear a couple times. Like, it's not going to be something that I know I'm going to get really great use out of. So to be able to spend like less than $10 on it, I think it's a really great way to try out new lips, and I'm absolutely feeling it. I just feel like so sultry and cool and like Rihanna or something, because I feel like Riri would wear this lip. Then I also got another Ultra Matte lip. This one is in the shade Cheap Thrills. This is a little bit newer to their line. They come out with new stuff, like it's insane. The amount of colors, formulas, reformulations, alterations, like they're always on top of their game, and I really like that about them. But then again, it also gets expensive because you want to try and keep up. But Cheap Thrills is kind of a little bit of a different shade for me. As I've mentioned before, my lip collection is really large, so I don't want to end up with all the same like nudie, pinky, mauves, because first of all, it's not interesting for you to watch my channel if my makeup looks the same every time I film, and I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, try new things, encourage you to try new things. So that is why I picked up this shade. I mean, it's not like a super crazy shade. If you've got a lighter skin tone, this is probably like a very neutral shade for you, but for me it just is like a little bit lighter than I would normally go with. So I'd probably have to wear a darker lip liner with this, but I do really like it. Then I also picked up one of their Ultra Satin lips. So if you really don't want to go for the matte lipsticks, like the matte Ultra ones, this could be an option for you because they're high pigment. They've got a satin finish, so somewhere in between like shine and matte, and they'll be a little bit more comfortable for you. This one is in the shade Mess Around. It is kind of a taupey, browny, grayish kind of thing, which is some of my favorite lips to wear. I think that these are just so interesting. It's such a cool take on a neutral lipstick, and this is really comfortable to wear, a great wear time. It definitely does transfer. It's not going to be like the Ultra Matte lip where it's going to be on your lip until you try to remove it, or like, you know, eat something oily, it'll start to kind of break apart. But these do have a little bit less wear time, but with that you'll get a little bit more comfort. Then they also released a brand new line of their lippy sticks. These are some of my favorite, I think. The lippy sticks line, be it like matte, the Matte X, which is this new line, the gloss, like I just absolutely love these. I got it in the shade Pillow Talk, which is very similar to Mess Around. Again, it's kind of like that greigey, brownie kind of thing. I think that this is just such a cool way to wear a different lipstick without it being like legit green, you know? So if you want to kind of get out of your comfort zone, wear something a little bit different, I think that this could look really good on pale skin. If you've got like blue eyes, if you've got red hair, like I think it would just be a really cool contrast. And then on me, it still looks kind of interesting because it's a little bit more of like a cool toned brown, which is something that you don't see every day with, you know, people wearing that on their lips. Then the other Matte X shade I got is in Topless. Again, a little bit out of my comfort zone. I love oranges, I love corals, but when it like starts to lean pastel, that's when I start to get a little bit scared of it, because it can look, when you have darker skin and you wear pastels, I don't know, I just feel like it just looks really weird and aggressive, and like you're trying too hard. Like, I mean, I'm wearing a green lipstick, like I'm obviously trying, but it just doesn't look, I don't know, it doesn't look right. But I wore this in my Body Shop Shade Adjusting Drops review video, and when I first put this on I was like, I don't know, and then I put a gloss over it and I loved like how fresh and tropical, and like it made me feel like tanned and golden. So if you've got warm undertones in your skin, like this kind of like pastel-y shade just looks like so pretty. You may need to work with it a little bit so that it doesn't look like I don't know, overdone, or doesn't look like crusty or anything on your lips, like a lip liner or a lip gloss or something like that. But I think this is a really cool shade, and this Matte X formula is great. It's a little bit more matte than the matte ones, not so much as like what are those matte lipsticks from MAC called, like Ruby Woo, where it's kind of like a crayon in a good way, but it's definitely not super drying or anything like that. So these are some of my favorite of the formula. The only thing I struggle with ColourPop is they come out with these great eyeshadows, highlights, blushes, bronzers, and I've got a ton of their eyeshadows, I've got a couple of their blushes, and I just never reach for them. The formula is gorgeous, like I said, very soft. You swatch it, it looks amazing. But actually putting it on your face for me is a little bit of a struggle. The eyeshadows, I never know what brush to use. I'll use my fingers, and then I need to like blend it out. I don't love using my fingers for the cheek products. I don't really like using my fingers on my face, so I picked up a highlight from their K-pop collection. This is in the shade Glow Up, and I'm wearing it on my cheeks today, like chin, down the bridge of my nose. I'm wearing it actually on my lids as well. And it's pretty, and it's gorgeous, and it swatches really nice, but I just don't think that I'm going to reach for it. You could never use a fan brush with something like this because it wouldn't pick it up. I tried to use my Real Techniques setting brush, that still wasn't dense enough. Then I used just like a big fluffy like flat shader brush. That did a better job, and then I also just tried using my fingers. Fingers with ColourPop is definitely the way to go for the face products, but sometimes that's not convenient. It can get messy. So for the most part, I think unless something really cool comes out, I'm going to just be going to ColourPop for their lip stuff, because I love their other powder products, but I just don't reach for them, and I'm wasting my money buying these like beautiful shades and saying like I'm gonna do this crazy look with it, and then it just goes in the drawer and never gets used again. So for me personally, the lip products, that's what's up. Nothing wrong with the powder products, but I just don't ever reach for them. That is my ColourPop haul. Let me know down below if you have any suggestions for me. I'm always looking for new ColourPop stuff to add to my list, even though I'm probably not going to buy for like another 6 months. But let me know down below what your favorites are, and let me know if you feel the same way about the powder stuff, like you just don't really reach for it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!